we'll see how it is tomorrow. But I'll be prepared.
Okay. Yeah.
Dave McKenzie.
Happy Friday, everybody. Welcome to Carterville High School. It's Dave McKenzie, John Homan alongside, getting you set for a huge river-to-river Ohio Division Conference game here tonight, as it's a battle between the top two teams in the conference. John Homan, both teams come in 3-1, and this is a big conference game here.
It is. It starts the second half of the conference play. Only 8 league games for both teams, and this is game number 5 in the league. So, like you said, both teams are 3-1, and the Lions got the best of Herrin at Herrin earlier this season, and now they're going to try to go for the sweep.
10-point win back on December the 2nd. The Lions won it 71-61, and as we said, both teams are 3-1 in conference play. Carterville, this is only the 4th home game of the season for the Lions. They enter 20-2 on the season, and Herrin comes in 14-7 on the year. John?
Yeah, we've talked about this many times. It's just really it's worth repeating, and that is that I think it's amazing, that Carterville's played this many games, and this is only the 4th home game all year, and they're 20-2. I mean, not a lot of teams are that solid on the road. But Carterville's been very solid on the road.
Yeah, they out of necessity. And, this past week with all the snow, we were supposed to go to Chester.
Right.
That got snowed out. Now, that's been rescheduled now for the 9th of February. That's a Monday night. And then that Tuesday night, the 10th, is when Carterville is going to go to Harrisburg to take on the Bulldogs. So Monday, Tuesday. But you know what? You look at the schedule. There's only about 3.5 weeks left in the schedule.
Yeah, I looked at it today, and you're right. Just right around 3 weeks, or maybe just a little bit more, not much, and be jumping into regional play. So the girls wrap up in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So they're always a week ahead of the boys. But, it's getting to be that fun time of the year where you get to be postseason time, and the Lions have positioned themselves quite well so far.
And just it doesn't end tonight. Tomorrow night, of course, is the championship game of the BIT. Now, tomorrow night, the Lions were already scheduled to play Benton in a regular season game, but because of the snow and that championship Saturday got canceled, they just dropped the regular season game. We play the Benton Rangers tomorrow night at Rich Herrin Gymnasium at 7:30 for the BIT Championship. Lions have a chance to go 3-0 in the 3 tournaments that they entered this year.
Correct. They opened with Trico and won the Trico tournament for the first time. And then they followed up with El Dorado, won the El Dorado tournament for the first time. And now they have a chance to win the Benton Invitational tournament for the first time. And, there's something strange here. Let me see here. I'm calling the game tomorrow night. I'm calling 2 consecutive championship games.
This is true.
Where's the voice of the Lions at?
The voice of the Lions is going to be in Vincennes, Indiana.
Oh, man.
Watching the #1 team in the country.
I hear you.
Take on John A. Logan tomorrow night. We're going to go on and take a break here on our pregame show. We have a packed house. It's an outstanding atmosphere here for high school basketball tonight. But when we come back, I had a chance to talk to the head coach of the Carterville Lions, Shane Hawkins. He's coming up next here on our pregame show here on News Radio WJPF.
Bank with people you know, who know and love.
Okay, stream is up and good. You could zoom in a little bit. I'm getting some ceiling over the scoreboard. I don't need that. And you could get in a little closer.
I just laughed.
Just a bump or two.
Well, they're
in.
going to be
You might
happy
need
as
to
hell.
tip down a little bit. Again, I've got a little bit of ceiling over the scoreboard we don't need.
Visit First Southern Bank.
Thanks, Brian.
FirstSouthernBank.net.
Ralph Small Engine is
this season tonight. It's a big one here at Carterville. Big conference game on the Ohio side of the division. Coach Shane Hawkins joins us on the pregame show. Coach, I don't know that they get bigger than this.
No, I mean it's big because it's the conference game. It's big because it's the next game. It's this one has conference implications. You have 2 teams that are tied at the top right now, and winner or loser can still get a piece of it. If you win it, doesn't mean you have it wrapped up. And if you lose it, it doesn't mean that you can't get at least a share of it. You're just going to need some help to do it. And as we found out, nobody made it through the first cycle unscathed. Everybody at least had one, and so it's it's the next. And I say the next 4 Friday nights. I think one of ours is a Tuesday night, but the next 4 weeks is your conference games. That's your conference championship, and it. We've talked about every game we play the rest of the way is, in essence, a championship game. It's a championship game tonight to keep us in the lead of the conference. Tomorrow night is a true championship game of the Benton tournament. Tuesday night is a regional seed game with West Frankfort. Next Saturday against Anna is a regional seed game. The next week is Chester at Monday is the one that probably doesn't have any bearing on really anything other than it doesn't really help you if you win, but it could affect you if you lose. The next Tuesday, the 10th, is Harrisburg, and that's a conference game. Plus, it's the last game before the regional seed. And then you finish with Massac and Murfreesboro as your conference championship. So a lot of things to play for. It's big because of everything that comes with it, but it's big because it's the one we have in front of us tonight.
Let's flash back to that December game when you made the trip to Herrin. That was just a hard fought. We knew that's how it was going to be. It was the first conference game. You come away with that 10-point win. What's the difference in your team from then to now?
Oh, I think when I went back and watched it this week, it's neither team is what they were then. it was our 6th game of the year. You're trying to figure out rotations. You're trying to figure out what can people do at a varsity level. What positions can I stick them in? Who can defend who? What's our best way to go about getting stops defensively? What can we do offensively? How can we use our guys' skill sets and put them in situations to be successful? That's all out of the window now. It's all. We've played 16 games since then. So I think we have a really good feel of our team. We're pretty set in our rotations, and we know who's going to play. You can kind of guess within a 3 or 4 minute span of who's going to play how many minutes per game. That's just kind of we've gotten settled into that. So I think from our standpoint, we've continued to get better. We're more efficient offensively. I think where we made the biggest strides since December 12th or 9th or whatever it was is defensively, is understanding the game. We had 2 sophomores making their, I think Max may be making his first or second start at the time. So we had 2 sophomores who were trying to figure out what's going on in varsity basketball, and their heads spinning because we're feeding them so much information. And now they've relaxed. They have an understanding. They have a base knowledge of what we're trying to do. Zach Snow played very limited minutes last year as a reserve, and now he's playing 24, 25, 26, 27 minutes a game and is a key contributor to what we're doing. He's got 16 more games under his belt in that role. So I think that part has helped us because we have a pretty good idea of who we are right now. And you look at them, and I think they're still searching a little bit. Ellis was coming in. I think his first game that he'd played in the last game of the DuQuoin tournament and was probably their best player in the Sparta game, and they got beat. He played a lot in our game. I think maybe led him in scoring when we played him over there the first time. And then he was about ready to get that start and maybe take that spot, and he gets hurt in the EHT. And now he's on his way back, and he didn't play in the BIT, so now he's coming back. And how much is he going to play? How effective is he going to be with a month off? So he's in the mix. Their starting lineup has changed significantly from game to game. Hall has been in and out of the starting lineup. Hudson's been in and out of the starting lineup. Dan's been in and out of the starting lineup. The 2 that we know, or McKnight's been in and out of the starting lineup. The 2 that we know that are going to be there is going to be Falconberry and Gwaltney. Those guys are those are the rocks for them, and those are the 2 that they rely on to do a lot of what they're trying to accomplish, both offensively and defensively. So I think going in, it's just kind of figuring out, who's on the floor, what's our matchups, and then being able to kind of get into the flow of the game.
Last thing I wanted to ask about, we've talked all season long how how Colton does Colton things. He shoots well. The improvements we've seen in Maddox Gully, how you talk about Max Lustenberger, how he's kind of settled into varsity basketball. Harper is just kind of hard worker. He gives you whatever is needed. And a couple of weeks ago we talked about Zach Snow, and you said he was a little disappointed. And finally you told him, just do your thing. I got your back here. And he's really been a difference maker here in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, I think he was disappointed and obviously happy in the win at Pinckneyville, but he didn't score and he'd missed a couple shots. And I think kids let that stuff get to them, and maybe it's what they hear outside of here. But and my comment was to him, I said, "Did we win the game?" He goes, "Yeah." I said, "We did win the game, and you played a major role in us winning. Whether you score or not can't dictate whether you think you played well or not. It can't be how you dictate or how you think about how well you played, whether you scored or not." And since then, maybe it kind of relaxed his mind, there's going to be nights he scores. There's going to be maybe a couple nights he doesn't score. He can still help us win. And you go to Murfreesboro the next week, and he hits one late that wins it. So it's just the trying to keep guys in the mindset of, are you helping us win? And he's helping us win, whether he scores 2 or 26. He is a key part to what we're doing. And I think that's the one thing about this team is you have 4 guys that average double figures, but we've had 5 guys who have led us in scoring throughout the season. And we don't have to have one guy get 20 every night. And that makes us really, really balanced. I mean, we go to Pinckneyville and Max hits 5 threes. We go whatever game Zach had 26. I mean, it's a different guy every night, and I think that's what makes this team a little bit different to prepare for, is because we're not going to rely on one guy to go get to lead us in scoring every single night. And I think it makes our guys relax because they know they don't have to carry the whole pressure of the game on their shoulders every single night out.
Well, good luck tonight. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Are you looking?
Welcome back to Carterville High School. Dave McKenzie and John Homan with you here on a Friday night as the Carterville cheerleaders doing their welcome for the fans that have made it here to Carterville High School tonight. This is for first place on the Ohio side of the River to River tonight. Both teams come in 3-1.
Yeah, it should be a fun match to watch. I mean, as Coach Hawkins pointed out in the interview, both teams are so much different than they were the first time they played. You know, a lot more. I think that Carterville's a much more known quantity now than what it was back then. Herrin is still trying to find its way. More young players, but I think Herrin has the athleticism to play with Carterville, so it should be a very entertaining game.
You know the interesting thing about that interview?
What's that?
7 minutes long, and it was 3 questions.
Well, there you go. You know how Shane usually struggles to put sentences together.
I know, he doesn't like to talk. We're going to go on and take our final break. Starting lineup at the tip-off is coming up. We got conference action here on News Radio WJPF.
Anyone can slap a logo on a shirt, but your branded apparel
County showdown, man. That's what. That's why we have a big crowd here tonight. Pretty electric for a very frigid night outside.
Ooh, it is frigid. But the winner of this takes control of the River to River Conference on the Ohio side, and should be a lot of fun. We got the Herrin Tiger cheerleaders right below us here. Carterville diagonal. Thank you for tuning in to Lions basketball here on News Radio WJPF, and you can go to YouTube and watch the live stream with the radio call as well. Lions break huddle with Coach Shane Hawkins in their home whites with the orange numbers. Herrin in their road blacks with the orange numbers and the stripes down the side. Official step to center circle. We're underway, and the Herrin Tigers win the opening tick as we are moving Herrin right to left here on your radio dial. Over on the left wing, that's Jackson Wade. And over toward the right side now is Jackson Hudson, who gets the start. That is the grandson of Herrin Tiger broadcaster Scott Hudson, as Falconberry hits the first bucket of the game for the Tigers. And a foul is going to be called on the Tigers the other way.
Going to send Zach Snow to the line.
J.J. Gwaltney picks up the personal foul, and so Zach Snow steps to the free throw line here this evening. Zach hits the first, comes into the game, averaging about 10.4 a game. And in the last matchup, as we mentioned, he had 7 in that December night at Herrin High School. Steps up and knocks down both free throws. Lions up, or tie it up rather, 2-2 as Falconberry. He'll bring the ball across midcourt. He's met there by Zach Snow defensively. Over to the left wing to Wade. Wade holds the ball high. And, of course, he didn't play in that first matchup. You heard John mention that just a few minutes ago. Falconberry on the right wing. Just 45 seconds gone here in the game. Falconberry pull-up jumper short. Colton Hawkins gets the rebound for Carterville. Hawk brings it across the logo at midcourt. Shake and bake top of the key. Pulls up. Finds Maddox Gully open for 3 on the right side. No shot, no good. Ball is on the floor. Rebound, Herrin Tigers. But they turn it over. Good job by Harper Lustenberger to get a hand on the ball. 3 from Snow, no good. Put back from Harper, no good. And finally, they're going to say the foul. There was a foul before the shot from Gully. So Harper Lustenberger is going to go to the line now.
It's all set up by the turnover, and great defensive pressure by the Lions in the backcourt. And see how if they can turn it into points.
Fouls on the floor, so no free throws on that. Nice feed from Hawkins to Zach Snow. A no-look pass. Zach's got all 4 of the points for the Carterville. Over on the left wing. Now it's top of the key to Wade. Over to the right side. It works around to Braxton Dan. Dan drives in, floater with the right hand. Oh, rolls off the side of the rim. Rebound is grabbed, though, by Dan. Free throw line jumper good for J.J. Gwaltney for the Herrin Tigers. He only had 3 points in the first game.
Yeah, he was kind of held in check, but we've seen him have some big games since then.
4-4, the score. Gully free, misses the runner. And the Tigers get the rebound. The ball was last touched off the hands of Jackson Hudson. Turnover number 2 on Herrin.
We're going to have a discussion on that one. No, they're not. I thought maybe there was. Okay.
So Carterville's basketball in a tie ball game. 4-4 here at Carterville High School, the 4th home game of the season for the Lions. Hawkins for 3, no good. Tipped around, Snow got a hand on it, and Max Lustenberger grabs it, feeds it to Hawkins. He puts up the shot and good for the Carterville Lions. Colton Hawkins, his first field goal. Carterville up 2. Lions get another steal the other way, and another foul on the Herrin Tigers, and Wade not a happy camper for Herrin.
Max Lustenberger hit the ground pretty hard on that one, but he shakes it off and gets up.
Jackson Hudson gets the personal foul. So Carterville's basketball, baseline right. Lions up 2, 6-4. It was a 10-point win for Carterville back on December 2nd when these two teams first met. Snow Ball fake to Hawkins. Hawkins got past the defender to the glass, gets the bucket and the foul. Colton Hawkins is going to go to the line for the and one.
Took advantage of his size and worked the baseline and banked it in nicely off the glass.
Braxton Dan picks up a foul. So 4 Herrin Tigers with a foul here. Just 2.5 minutes in. Hawkins and one is good for the Lions. 9-4, a 5-point lead for Carterville. Here's Jackson Hudson out on the right wing. Brings it up top between the circles. Ball on the floor, has to pull up the dribble. Fed it to Wade from about 10 feet off the front of the iron, no good. Hawkins another rebound. Outlet to Harper Lustenberger. Curls around, gets it back to Colton. He launches a long-range three, no good, and it was Jackson Wade with the rebound for the Tigers. Hudson, cross midcourt. Max Lustenberger picks him up defensively. Pulls up inside to Art, feeds it baseline, jumper with the left hand, no good. And that shot from Gwaltney. Harper Lustenberger gets the rebound. Ball on the floor, Lions keep it though. To Harper, to the glass, no good, oh. And Gwaltney gets the rebound for Carterville. How did you rule that turnover?
I ruled both teams turning the ball over. Yeah, they both had possession of it.
9-4, 4.5 remaining in the opening quarter. Free throw line, Dan's shot in and out, no good. And another board for Colton Hawkins. Outlet here near side to Max Lustenberger to the near corner. Pull up three, air ball over the top. And Falkenberry gets the basketball into the front court. Dan to the left side, Gwaltney's three, good.
Pretty shot.
That was a pretty shot. J.J. Gwaltney with 5 of the 7 for the Tigers. 59 rather, runner. Maddox Gully, the layup is good. Got to get him going here. His first field goal of the game. Tigers back up, Lions back up 11-7. And a steal in the backcourt. 5th turnover on Herrin. And the ball out of bounds. Last touch by Harper Lustenberger.
Couple of early scores, Dave. Marion leading Waltonville 16-12 after one. And there was one other big one. That was Weber Township all over Goreville, 21-6 after one.
Didn't expect that.
Yeah, I didn't.
That Marion Waltonville game may be a good one tonight too.
I think so.
Just 3.5 remaining here. Lions up 4. Mr. Spark Plug Johnny Miller just checked into the game for Max Lustenberger. Dan had the ball slapped from behind. 6 turnover here in the quarter. Colton Hawkins with the dunk the other way.
Is that the first one he's had all year? I
think it's his second, actually, okay. I think he got one at Trico. So foul on Johnny Miller. That's going to be the first team foul on the Lions. With 3 minutes remaining, Carterville on top, 13-7. On the left wing, Wade up top, now to the right side. Dan to Falkenberry, got free down low, feeds it, now they kick it back out. Wade steps behind the three-point line, launches, no good. Long rebound controlled by Herrin. Over to the right side, ball fake by Jackson Hudson, good. Or excuse me, that's Tanner Hall. Tanner makes it a 4-point ball game, 13-9. Hawkins, ball fake on top, drives in, bumps in, charge.
Yeah.
Put the shoulder down right into the defender.
Yep.
And the turnover is going to be the 3rd on the Lions. And the first personal on Colton Hawkins. 2:25 remaining in this quarter. This Ohio Division Conference game. Gwaltney up top, right side. Falkenberry, the shot, no good. Harper Lustenberger gets the rebound. Colton, quick pass to Snow. Wide open from the corner for Zach. Wow. Good for Zach Snow. 7 for Zach.
Like that. Man,
that's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Here's Tanner Hall. Cross it up on Johnny Miller, and to reach in on Johnny's going to be his 2nd personal foul.
Got it. Timeout called, I think, or not? No?
Third team foul on the Lions. Johnny Miller with 2 personal fouls. Colton Hawkins with 1. So Tanner Hall, Miller picks him up defensively. Just 1:45 remaining here. Packed house at Carterville High School. Reaching in, jump ball is called, possession arrow, and that was Maddox Gully that reached in on Hall and tied up the basketball. And Carterville's going to get it back.
7th turnover by the Tigers here in the opening quarter. That's a lot.
Gully slow across midcourt. Leaves it for Hawkins. He takes it to the paint, fed it to Miller. Here's Harper for 3. No. Tipped, kept alive, but Falconberry the rebound. Gully reaches in, grabs it. Falconberry runs over and travels. Maddox Gully, 8th turnover on the Herrin Tigers here in this first quarter. Sailor Shirts wants to talk to the official that made that call here on the baseline.
Yeah, he thought Falconberry was fouled, and officials didn't see it.
They lob it into Hawkins. Student section here cheering. They fed it. Carterville just turned it over for the 4th time. So now Tanner Hall looks up at the clock, sees there's a minute left. 16-9, Lions on top. Hall gets free, works through the left wing with a left-hand dribble. Looks inside, throws it up top. That's Wade. Wade to the right side. They work it around over to that right wing. 50 seconds remaining here. Braxton Dan kicks it to the corner. Ball slapped out, but controlled by Herrin. Down low. What a feed. Wade can't finish. And it comes right back to Dan. Jumper from the free throw line is good for Braxton Dan. 30 seconds remaining. 5-point lead. Lions up 16-11. Here's Hawkins. Wipes the sweat from his brow. Holds the ball on his left hip. Coming out on him defensively, Braxton Dan. Hawkins looks up at the clock. Works it to the left side to Gully. 15 now on the clock here in the first quarter. Around the screen, Gully to the right wing. Pulls up, had the pass tipped, winds up with Miller. Down low, off the glass, and good for Johnny Miller. Way to save that possession for the Lions. Shot at the buzzer is blocked. Carterville has a 7-point lead here. They're up 18-11 at the end of 1. Stay with us. Second quarter action coming up next here on News Radio WJPF.
Rain or
They picked up 2, yeah.
18-11 is our score here as we head to the second quarter. This broadcast is brought to you by Malone's Early Learning Center in Carterville, offering programs for infants to school-age children as well as pre-K and Head Start. It's the best care anywhere at Malone's Early Learning Center. Carterville scores 18 first quarter points.
Well, they're usually right around that 20-point mark.
Long range 3, top of the key from Gwaltney, in and out. And Maddox Gully gets the rebound for the Lions. Over to the left wing. Now it's Gully between the circles. Looks inside. Ascard, there's some confusion for the Lions. Here's Gully, crossover, elbow jumper. No, Harper tips it, saves it, throws it off of Falconberry. Good job. Oh!
I don't think it hit anybody.
I thought he hit the leg of Falconberry.
He might have. If he did, he grazed it. He might have.
But it goes the other way as it's Herrin basketball. Be interesting to see. Herrin had 8 turnovers, and just as I say that, they turn it over here in the first of the quarter. Gully off the glass and good. Points off turnovers for the Lions. That's the 9th turnover on the Tigers. Under 7 to play
and
here.
another one.
And another one. That defense by Carterville's outstanding, but Carterville throws it away, giving it back to the Tigers. Braxton Dan in the paint, puts it up, and a reach-in foul by Maddox Gully, trying to keep Braxton Dan from scoring. Gully picks up his first. Coming into the game is going to be Amarion Adams for Harper Lustenberger. This Lions broadcast brought to you by Stephen Rich's Barber Styling, men, women, and children, offering cut, styling, and perming. Walk-ins are welcome on South Division Street in Carterville. Steve's and Rich's Barbers Styling. Also into the game, Jamonta McKnight for the first time. Falconberry for 3. No. Adams gets the rebound for Carterville. McKnight had 17 points in that win, in Carterville's win at Herrin in the first matchup. Hawkins just right of the circle, spins off the elbow, tried to feed it down low to Adams, who wasn't ready for it. 3rd turnover on the Lions here in the first minute and a half.
A little bit sloppy both ways.
McKnight says, I got this. He's going to bring it across. Max Lustenberger on him defensively. Jamonta is a junior guard, 5'9". Works to the right side, over to the right wing. Feeds it to Falconberry, to Gwaltney, now left side to Dan. Braxton has Gully on him. McKnight got free. Free throw line jumper, no. And Amarion Adams gets the rebound for Carterville. Hands it off to Hawkins. Hawk takes it straight to the paint, down to the block, trying to get to the glass, fed it to Adams with an underhand pass. Adams gets fouled, and the foul will be on Isaiah Bearden. Bearden picks up his first, and Amarion Adams goes to the line to shoot free throws, a 66% free throw shooter on the season. Amarion averaging 3 points a game, misses the first free throw. .544 remaining. Second from Adams is good. Love the intensity in the gym here, John.
I do too. It's a true conference game, and you have fans on both sides just whooping it up. It's a really good atmosphere.
And just a rivalry between these two teams that always provides the atmosphere. Long range for Gwaltney. My goodness. Missed it. Snow gets the rebound, but
he was in the next county shooting that one.
He was over in Saline County. Hawkins to the block. Fed Adams right off his forehead. Marion's got to get those hands up. Be ready for those passes. You never know when they're going to come to you from Hawkins. 4th turnover on the Lions here in the quarter. 5 minutes remaining. Carterville has a 10-point lead, up 21-11. Another long-range 3. Man. That time, Gwaltney hits it. It's his second three-pointer.
Not many have his range. You're talking about, what'd you say, Dave, about 25, 26 feet?
Probably.
At least.
They get it to Adams off the glass, too strong. Gully's there to clean it up, but can't make it. He was wide open and misses. And McKnight spins away from Gully. Kicks it to the corner, another turnover. Good hands by the Lions. Bounce pass to Snow off the glass and good. In transition, the Lions get another bucket. And a timeout on the floor here with 4:26 remaining in the first half. Carterville, a 9-point lead, up 23-14, back in 30 on News Radio WJPF. 4:26 remaining. This Lions broadcast brought to you by Ralph's Small Engine, Highway 51 south of Elkville. The demo unit sales going on right now. You can save thousands on remaining commercial demo units only while supplies last. Coming out of the quick timeout, Carterville up 23-14. Into the game now, Josh Ellis. Ellis to the block on the left side, pulls up. Ellis gets it back on the left wing. Takes it between the circles. Bounce pass up top to Falconberry. Now to the right wing. Gwaltney. Jumper, blocked, foul. Who are they going to get? Is it going to be Colton? It is. Colton Hawkins picks up personal foul number 2.
He's not had too many games where he's been in foul trouble this year.
No.
Not fouled out of any games.
So at the line, J.J. Gwaltney, the sophomore, who stands 6'3", left-hander, hits that first free throw. This Lions broadcast brought to you by IBEW Local 702, providing a better lifestyle for members and a better life for all. Coming up at halftime, Darren Kennard with the River Radio Sports Central halftime report. We'll hear from Darren coming up. Second from Gwaltney is good. 10 in the game for J.J. Gwaltney. 23-16, Lions the lead and the ball. Golly, bounce pass to Snow. Head fake, jumper, no. Harper almost had the rebound, but Falconberry's the one that grabs it. Outlet to Ellis. Ellis into the front court. Now to Falconberry. Takes it to the glass, off the bottom of the rim, got his own rebound.
Travel.
In the paint, traveled, but it gets the shot and gets it to go. 4 in the game for Falconberry. Galway off the glass. The runner is good.
All 6 of his points have been off layups.
25-18. Gwaltney kicks it to Falconberry. He gets in the lane, puts it up, no good. Hawkins the rebound, outlet to Snow. Length of the floor, Zach Snow gets transition bucket again for the Lions. They are crushing Herrin in that as Shane Hawkins is slapping the scorer's table. The official tells Shane, get back in your box. The official comes to the scorer's table. McKnight comes out of the game. Sailor Shirts gives him a tap on the shoulder and a pat on the back. And 2:56 remaining. Lions up 9, 27-18. Here's Gwaltney. To the free throw line.
Oh, my goodness.
Got in the air, had nowhere to go with it. Another turnover on the Tigers.
That's 12 on Herrin.
Here's Snow for 3.
He is money.
Raining threes for Zach Snow.
14 already.
He's got 2 threes and a timeout with 2:36. It's going to be a full timeout. Carterville has the lead. They're up 30-18. We'll be back in 60 here on News Radio WJPF. You got a score update.
I have a couple. We had Weber Township beating Goreville 40-31 at the half at Goreville, and maybe even a bigger surprise.
I didn't see.
That was Bearden on the stick back. He missed the first one and made the second. Now the other interesting score, Waltonville leading Marion 27-25 at the half.
10-point lead for the Lions here. Snow for three the other side. He hits it for the Lions.
He is something else.
17 first half points for Zach Snow. He's on fire, raining threes.
Well, it is snowing outside.
It is.
A lot of snow.
Cold
on the
enough
ground.
for it. But it's hot in the gym, and that means it's a snow alert inside here. Minute 50 remaining, 33 to 20, 13-point lead.
Nice play.
Ellis
Very nice.
finishes
drive there
at
by
the
young
glass. His first field goal. Here's Gully. Maddox crossover, spins away, got free for a moment, pulls up the dribble, finds Max Lustenberger. Back to Gully, in step three for Maddox, no. Harper had the ball knocked out of his hand from behind. Last touch, though, by Josh Ellis of Herrin. So minute 24. Harper takes the inbound. Got in down low, puts it up, blocked. Good job defensively by Jackson Wade of Herrin. Outlet to Ellis. Ellis to the hole the other way. Great job defensively by Maddox Gully. He didn't let Wade get that shot off. Ball went out of bounds, and Herrin's going to have to trigger in. They do. They find Jackson Hudson, who dishes it off. The runner, the finger roll good from Jackson Wade. Wade's first field goal of the game. Bounce pass to Harper for the other way. Shot blocked, and the foul is going to be called on Isaiah Bearden. Herrin Tigers and Sailor shirts did not like the call.
Well, he said he got him with the lower body. Certainly didn't get him on the hand because he blocked that one rather easily, but I guess with the body.
Sailor just shakes his head as he walks right below us here at our perch. Harper Lustenberger at the line for Carterville. Harper, that's his first point of the game. He's averaging almost 11. Here's Dante Wilson into the game for the first time. So Harper, second free throw for the sophomore forward. Good. 35-24, back to an 11-point lead for Carterville. Carterville had a 10-point win at Herrin, 71-61. Tigers, Falkenberry to Wade, lost the dribble, gets it back, hands the ball to Falkenberry. Back to Wade on the left wing, around the screen, got to the elbow, lost it, just lost the dribble. Carterville comes into the front court with Zach Snow. Wanting to run some clock here. Final possession for the Lions, we'll find out. Gully holds. 22. In that first matchup, it was 34-33 Carterville at the halftime break. Lions have 35. Tigers have 24 with 10 seconds remaining. Gully down low. Wilson off the glass and good. What a nice assist to Dante Wilson. The shot at the buzzer, no good, and that ends the first half of basketball, and a very good first half for the Carterville Lions. They lead it 37-24, led in large part by the 17 from Zach Snow in the first half of this basketball game. 37-24 is our score. Stay with us. Halftime report is coming up. It's brought to you by Mayor Brad Robinson in the city of Carterville. Want to remind you of some areas to be especially careful in town construction-wise. They're on North Division Street by the fire department. Also, just be careful on the side streets. Still, some of them are ice covered and slick in some areas, so just be careful as you're traveling through Carterville. Mayor Brad Robinson, City of Carterville, say, let's go Lions. Halftime report is next here on News Radio WJPF.
of Elkville. Best of luck this season.
That was a fast first half of action, it seems like.
There weren't a lot of stoppages other than the turnovers.
You know, here at the end of the first quarter, Carterville had a 7-point lead. They were up 18-11. They lead it here by 13. They're up 37-24. When you look at the scoring for the Herrin Tigers, J.J. Gwaltney had 10 of those 24. He had 2 3-pointers. 4 in the game for Jackson Falconberry. 2 from Tanner Hall, 2 from Jackson Wade, 2 from Braxton Dan, 2 from Isaiah Bearden. 24 first half points scored by the Herrin Tigers. How about Zach Snow for the Carterville Lions? He, in that second quarter, just turned it on as he wound up with 6, 8, 10 second quarter points. He's got 17 overall. He's the leading scorer in the game. Colton Hawkins with 7 points, 6 from Maddox Gully, 2 from Dante Wilson, 2 from Harper Lustenberger, 2 from Johnny Miller. And Carterville puts 37 points on the board there in the first half. Carterville comes into the game averaging 64 points a game. Herrin comes in averaging 55. And Carterville well on way to about halfway to their average here at the end of the first half. We're going to go on, and you got a couple of stats you want to talk about?
Well, we can run those down here. Won't take very long. Let's start with the Carterville Lions. They were 14 out of 29 from the field, 48%. 3 out of 10 on three-point shots, 30%, and 6 out of 7 from the free throw line. And that is, let's see here. It's like that will be 87%. Not too shabby there. The Herrin Tigers, 10 out of 27 from the field, 37% overall. They were 2 out of 8 on three-point shots, 25%. They only got to the free throw line one time and made both free throws, 2 for 2 for 100%. And so we're trying to also check some other scores, but nothing other than what I reported earlier. Waltonville leading Marion 27-25 at the half. And we still have Weber leading Goreville at Goreville. Bit of a surprise there, 40-31. Goreville ranked in the top 5
in the state
of Illinois.
Yes, they are. 37-24 is our score here at Carterville. We're going to go on and take a break. And when we come back, we've got Darren Kennard with the River Radio Sports Central update. Stay with us. It's coming up next here on News Radio WJPF.
As a pair.
With your River Radio Sports Central halftime report, I'm Darren Kennard. It's on to the final round of the Boys Bowling State Championship in O'Fallon for Harrisburg and Mount Vernon. The defending state champion Bulldogs used a monster final game to not only make the cut, but jump from 13th to 7th place in the standings after day one. Harrisburg heads to day two, 230 pins behind day one leader Lincoln Way West. The Rams, meanwhile, were the 12th and final team to make the cut, beating out Breeze Central by 6 pins for that final team spot. Individually, Mount Vernon senior Raymond Andrews is 18th, while Harrisburg juniors James Cranmore and Dalton Wheeler are tied for 25th. Carterville's Parker Schoonover also made the cut as an individual. The final round will get underway at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. We saw some school history in Harrisburg last night. With a basket late in the third quarter, Lady Bulldogs senior Jamison Green became the school's all-time leading scorer. That's boys or girls. Green, who is headed to John A. Logan next year, now has 2,071 career points, passing Laura Thompson for the top spot. Thompson was at the game last night, making the trip from her home in Kentucky. Congrats to Thompsonville senior Liam Reagan, our latest orthopedic center of Southern Illinois in Mount Vernon primetime performer. We have a new poll up to choose our next primetime performer. There are 14 nominees for you to choose from this week. You can read about them and vote in the poll at riverradiosportscentral.com. The poll will be up until midnight Sunday night. Be sure to like and follow River Radio Sports Central on Facebook and Twitter/X. Join us live on Facebook after the games tonight for Friday Night Live. We'll have all your scores and discuss tonight's action. That'll be on the River Radio Sports Central Facebook page. We look forward to seeing you there.
Looking for a bakery that's anything but ordinary? Heather's Bake Shop in downtown Carterville is serving up sweet surprises every day. From fresh cinnamon rolls, cookies,
Welcome back to Carterville High School. Dave McKenzie, John Homan with you. Brian R. Powell back at the studio. 37-24 as we are starting play here in the second half. Carterville with that 13-point lead. Carterville moving right to left now in the home whites. Down low, they feed the post to Hawkins. Shot was partially blocked, and here come the Tigers the other way, and Max Lustenberger has to foul Jackson Hudson.
Or give up the basket either way.
Yep. We didn't really have a chance to talk about it there at halftime, John, but my goodness, the turnover bug for the Tigers in that first half was brutal.
It was pretty ugly. I mean, the Tigers turned over 13 times by my count, and you're on a pace for 26. That's quite a bunch.
Hudson hits both free throws for the Tigers.
Did Scott show him how to shoot free throws?
No. Have you ever seen Scott? He shot like Shaq.
Oh, my goodness.
You know, kind of the taco neck. And oh, what a feed and a cut down the lane for Harper Lustenberger.
Well done.
Harper gets the bucket for Carterville. Nice feed. 39-26, 7-20. Just underway here in the third quarter. Getting free down the paint. The runner with the right hand, no good. Short-armed it on the drive by Jackson Wade. Carterville gets into the front court. Left side to Gully. Gully takes it to the baseline, reverses, gets to Hawkins, back to Gully. Baseline drive, got the clear out from Hawkins. Nice feed to Max Lustenberger, and he couldn't finish. What beautiful passing for the Lions, and Maddox Gully finishes for Carterville. My goodness, John.
I tell you, the Lions they keep coming at you in waves, you know. They attack the basket so well.
41-26. Here's Gwaltney, who had 10 first-half points for the Herrin Tigers to lead them in scoring. 17 from Zach Snow to lead the Lions in the first half. Over on the right wing, there's Gwaltney. Here toward the corner. Takes the left-hand dribble, crosses back up on Snow. Down to Falkenberry. Skips his pass, stolen. Another turnover on Herrin. Here's Harper to Gully, behind the back. In the paint, the runner with the right hand is good for Maddox Gully, who's got 4 here early on in the second half, 43-26. Dan had the ball slapped out of his hands by Colton Hawkins. They feed Gully, shot blocked from behind, and clean it up. Harper Lustenberger right there.
You call running the floor, Dave.
And a timeout. Yeah, Sailor Shirts wants to talk to his Herrin Tigers. That's how you start a second half of action for the Carterville Lions. They are up 19 over the Herrin Tigers, 45-26. We'll be back in 60 seconds here on News Radio WJPF. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by IBEW Local 702, providing a better lifestyle for members and a better life for all. Don't forget, Carterville playing for the championship tomorrow night at Rich Herrin Gymnasium in Benton, going to take on the host Benton Rangers. Now, John Homan will be flying solo tomorrow night. You'll have it. Bring home that championship, pal.
Hey, I'm 1 for 1.
You are?
So, you know.
We like the odds. We'll take those odds. No video stream available tomorrow night as well. So 5:47 remaining. Herrin has the ball coming out of the timeout. Gwaltney got free to the block on the right side. Forces the shot up, no good. Rebound. And the foul is going to be called on Carterville. It's going to be Maddox Gully that picks up his second. And it was in the act of shooting, so Jackson Wade, who has 2 points here in this contest, is at the line. Wade, the junior, 6'1", hits that first free throw. This Lions broadcast brought to you by Malone's Early Learning Center in Carterville, offering programs for infants to school-age children as well as pre-K and Head Start. It's the best care anywhere. Second for Wade, 4 for Wade, 45-28. 2.5 gone here in the third quarter. Ball out of bounds. Carterville turned it over. Kind of a lazy possession by the Lions there.
Yeah, they got the ball slapped out of the hands and then touched it before it went out of bounds.
Falkenberry takes the trigger. Lobs it into the front court. Braxton Dan. Top of the key. Dribbles around here to the near side on the right. Back up top. Brings it to the near corner. Wade. Falkenberry, he gets in the paint and he traveled with the basketball. Glide step, they tried that glide step through the lane.
Third turnover by the Tigers here in the third quarter, and for the game, 16. Yikes.
And the thing is, Carterville scored points off those turnovers.
Most of the time.
Here's Gully. Takes it strong to the hole, just like that.
Right, he knows how to use that glass, doesn't he? When
he does, and to use his body.
Sure does.
He's really getting better every game that we've seen. 47-28, 19-point lead. Hawkins picks up his third personal foul. 5 coming into the game for the Herrin Tigers. Sailor Shirts clears the floor. Into the game, Tanner Hall, Jamonta McKnight, Josh Ellis.
Yeah, whole new group.
Isaiah Bearden and Harper Shoemaker. His first action here tonight. McKnight here in the corner. They work it around to the left wing. That's a three from the corner, and that's good.
Interesting.
For Isaiah Bearden, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. I didn't know that he had that kind of shooting skill from the outside.
5 in the game for Bearden. Gully gets fouled as he takes it to the hole.
I have an updated score, Dave, from Marion. The Wildcats holding a 5-point lead over Waltonville after 3, 40-35. So they erased a 2-point deficit. Now take a 5-point lead on the Spartans of Waltonville.
Gully's free throw is good. Here's what's interesting, though. Carterville, one of their 2 losses to Waltonville.
Yeah.
After they played the Herrin Tigers in that first
Exactly.
conference game. That was that Saturday morning 10 a.m. game, and Waltonville popped Carterville in that game.
Sure did.
48-31. Lions, McKnight across the top of the key. Hands it off to Ellis. Ellis got tangled up with the basketball. Finds Shoemaker. Shoemaker pulls up the dribble. Back to Ellis. To McKnight. McKnight, ball fake. Dishes to the corner. Herrin showing some patience here. 3:50 remaining. 48-31, 17-point lead for Carterville. Josh Ellis, right wing three. No. And Zach Snow gets the rebound. Outlet pass. Finds Colton Hawkins. Feeds it to Harper Lustenberger. And oh my goodness.
Well, they were on a roll now.
Colton has 7 points in the game. They all came in the first quarter. He's just happy dishing the ball and takes a lot of pride in it. Another turnover on the Tigers. Snow waits on the defender. Oh, too strong. Gets his own rebound. And the ball's turned over. He just lost it. Third turnover on the Lions here in the third. McKnight to the rim. No. Hawkins gets the ball. The rebound. Outlet to Gully. Gully. Free throw line. In step 3 for Max. Too short. Hawkins tracks down the loose ball. Throws it to the scorer's table. And good hands there. But it's going to be Herrin basketball. Johnny Miller into the game, replacing Max Lustenberger. 19-point lead. Carterville on top, 50-31. So on the near hash, McKnight up top to the far side. Josh Ellis. Ellis dribbles to the top of the key. To Shoemaker, back to Ellis. He has a pull-up three. That was short. Hawkins gets the rebound for Carterville. Harper Lustenberger thought about the three. He just lost the basketball. 5th turnover on the Lions here in the quarter. But the Tigers turn it right back over the other way. Gully feeds Harper off the glass, the bucket, and the foul. Foul is going to be on Harper Shoemaker. The shooter for the and one is going to be Harper Lustenberger. So the first 5 come back in now for Sailor Shirts after about a 2.5-minute break. Harper Lustenberger, who has 8 here this evening, averages 10. Carterville's got 4 players averaging 10, and right behind that is Max Lustenberger, close to 8 a game.
Just outstanding balance. You can't overplay any one player.
And the and one is completed for Harper. He comes out of the game as Amarion Adams checks in. 53-31, 22-point lead. Out on the right wing. Looking inside. That's Braxton Dan, crossover. Keeps it himself on the right side. Now throws it to Jackson Hudson. Hudson at the logo at midcourt, over to the left side. 3 wide open, no. That shot from Harper, Braxton Dan. The ball was last touched by Herrin, giving it back to Carterville. Now, let's talk truthfully about this Carterville Lions team, what we've seen this season. There have been several games where they've had a 15, 16-point lead. And then slowly the opposition's been able to get it down under 10 and maybe make a little bit of a run. And that was the one thing Coach Hawkins has talked about, is being able to close out these games when you get that lead like that.
Well, they certainly are on their way to doing that. I mean, there's still over a quarter left to go, but haven't seen any indication of any falling apart.
Snow misses the shot. Adams missed the putback. And the rebound from Herrin the other way, and a nice bucket from Jackson Wade. And a bucket and a foul. Maddox Gully gets fouled and will shoot free throw. The shot's going to count. The foul is going to be on Jackson Hudson. And Maddox Gully, that puts him at 15 with a chance at 16. For the junior guard, his free throw's good.
He's just having a super breakout junior year, isn't he?
11, almost 12 points a ball game. And like I said moments ago, he's just getting better every game. You can see the confidence just building him every single game.
Absolutely. You can see, and you have so many young players. There's going to be so much more improved as time goes on.
Nice drive by Jackson Wade over the Marion Adams outstretched arms, 56-35. Here's Snow, spins in the paint, kicks it corner right. Miller drives in and
stepped out of bounds.
Yep, stepped on that in line. So where Johnny Miller got an invite to one of the premier camps for high school football.
Yeah,
of course, he was one of the top players in Southern Illinois this past season.
Well, he was, rushed for 1,400 yards?
Yep, he was outstanding.
Sure was.
Straight away 3, that was a brick. But it stays with the Tigers. Falkenberry puts it up, he gets fouled. The shot goes for Jackson Falkenberry.
He had been silent for some time. Hadn't scored since first quarter. That was just his second field goal.
Adams picks up the foul. And Jackson was 6 in the game. The junior sporting a new do, it looks like, or an updated do, maybe.
Updated, there you go.
7 for Jackson Falkenberry. 35 seconds remaining here in this third quarter. Carterville up 56-38. Hawkins thought about shooting. Ball fakes twice. Falkenberry comes out, forces him to dribble out. Up high of the hash, bumps in, and there's Falkenberry picking up the personal foul. It's going to be the first personal foul on Falkenberry. 19 seconds remaining. They feed it into Harper Lustenberger. Bounces it back to Hawkins, 14 on the clock. Back to Harper, and a foul on Jackson Hudson. It's going to be the third on Hudson, his second here in the quarter. Fifth team foul. So now Harper goes to the line to shoot free throws. Harper, the first free throw, if he makes it, can put him at double-digit 10, his average on the season. And he gets it. Dante Wilson comes into the game for Colton Hawkins. Carterville going to play for a championship tomorrow night, the BIT. They won the Tranco tournament to start the season. They won the El Dorado Holiday Tournament. A chance to finish first in all 3 of their tournaments this season. 7:30 will be tip-off tomorrow night. Pregame should be about 7:15. John will have that for you on News Radio WJPF. I'll be on the road at Vincennes. John A. Logan taking on the #1 team in the country, Vincennes, 20-0.
The Vols have won 4 or 5 in a row, so they're playing better.
Vols are tough. Tipped out of bounds with 2.1 seconds left. They lost to Vincennes earlier this season by 4.
Right. Definitely an outstanding team, Vincennes is.
Timeout taken by Shane Hawkins with 2 seconds left. It's probably a good timeout. He's going to get the 60 seconds here, and then he's going to get the break at the quarter. 58-38, 20-point lead. We'll be back in 60 here on News Radio WJPF.
Don't let the name.
Come taste the legend. Easy on the wallet, too. Polar Whip, Energy's finest restaurant.
Max Lustenberger at the buzzer. Couldn't finish, and that ends the third quarter. Lions have a 20-point lead. They are up 58-38 as we head to the fourth quarter, back in 60 here on News Radio WJPF. This Lions broadcast brought to you by Stephen Rich's Barber Styling for men, women, and children. Offering cuts, styling, and perming. Walk-ins are welcome on South Division Street in Carterville. Also brought to you by Ralph's Small Engine, Highway 51 south of Elkville. The demo unit sales going on. Save thousands on remaining commercial demos while supplies last. Jumper no good. Colton Hawkins gets the basketball. Didn't even hit the rim. 58-38. Carterville playing tomorrow night in Benton. We'll get into the schedule a little deeper here in a second. Carterville turns it over. Herrin into the front court. Crossing over. Falkenberry. Pull up three for Jackson, good. That gives Falkenberry double-digit 10, 58-41.
I have them with 8, but we'll double check on that later.
Carterville, foul called up top. And that is going to be on Jackson Wade. Wade picks up his second. Carterville into the front court. Snow gets free. Pulls up, gets it back to Gully. Maddox to Snow, now to Harper Lustenberger. Directs traffic, dribbles through, spins at the elbow, into the paint, puts it up, rolls off, no good. And the Tigers get the board. Here comes Wade into the front court, whips it to the corner right. Gwaltney for three, good. J.J. Gwaltney, who had 10 first half points, didn't have any there in the third. Now he's got 13 in the game, 58-44. Gully Ball was tipped last touch by the Tigers.
Back-to-back threes by Herrin's. Cut the 20-point lead down to 14. Well, that's what the three will do, Dave. It can actually make a difference in some bigger spread games.
Zach Snow gets the bucket for Carterville. Zach now with 19 in the game. Looking at the schedule, John, coming up next week on the 3rd, going to coming back home to play West Frankfort. Next Friday is going to be Anna Jonesboro. And then the following Monday will be that makeup game against the Chester Yellow Jackets at Chester. Falconberry hits another three.
He's warming up a little bit, isn't he?
13 in the game for Falconberry. 60-47, 13-point lead. Jumper for Gully from in the paint. Gives him 18 as we got a timeout on the floor with 5.5 remaining. 5:36 to be exact. 62-47. We'll be back in 30 seconds on News Radio WJPF.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
This Lions broadcast is brought to you by IBEW Local 702, providing a better lifestyle for members and a better life for all. 5.5 remaining here. For first place on the Ohio division, Rivalry Conference straightaway three, short. Maddox Gully flies in, ball last touched by Maddox. It's going to stay with the Tigers. So when you look at the Ohio side, Carterville in first, tied with Herrin coming into tonight. Murfreesboro 2-2 after Carterville beat Murphy in Murphy. Massac 2-2, Harrisburg 0-4 on the Ohio side. Right side three, in and out, no good. Tipped around, Falconberry gets the board. Elbow or free throw line jumper from Gwaltney. Tip back up, no good. Third opportunity. Hawkins winds up on the floor, and a foul is going to be called on Herrin. And it's going to be on Jackson Wade. It's going to be the third on Jackson.
Herrin had 3 cracks at it, missed a 3 from the corner, missed 2 stickbacks inside, and then eventually commit the foul.
Picking up the pressure in the backcourt. Carterville steps across, and a blocking foul called on the Tigers.
Be Wade, I think, again.
Yep.
4th on him.
4th on Jackson Wade. So Gully dribbles around the top. 62-47. Carterville beat Herrin by 10 in the first matchup, 71-61. Couldn't finish at the rim there, and a foul on Maddox Gully.
Frustration foul. You see it all the time. You miss a shot you know you should have made, and you end up fouling. But when you take a look at the night Gully's had, I think he ought to be happy with that.
Absolutely. 18 points for Maddox Gully here tonight. Coming up post-game-wise, we'll talk to Shane Hawkins. John and I will wrap up this game. We got some scores from around Southern Illinois we're going to give you. Falconberry gets free and good. Slides through the paint there, 15 in the game now for Falconberry.
Strong 4th quarter for him.
Yeah. Carterville pushes it into the front court. Pull-up jumper from Harper, good. 13 for Harper Lustenberger, and a 30-second timeout on the floor. Exactly 4 minutes remaining. 64-49, back in 30 here on News Radio WJPF. couple of updates on your scores there, John.
Yeah, the Weber Township Trojans leading Goreville at Goreville 84-78, 40 seconds left. And Waltonville, only 4 seconds to go, leading Marion by 1. And that's a wild one over there at 48-47.
You know that you talk about, how about those Jefferson County schools?
Oh, my goodness.
Mount Vernon, Weber, Waltonville.
Yeah, Woodlawn.
Yeah,
they're all strong.
Weber's saying, don't forget about us.
That's right.
Knocking off Goreville here tonight. So just a powerhouse of basketball with the foul called on J.J. Gwaltney, the third on Gwaltney. Coming into the game is going to be Jackson Hudson and Braxton Dan. 64-49, 3:27 remaining. Carterville trying to pick up their 21st win. Coach Shane Hawkins, this would be career win number 163 in his 10th season here with the Lions. Clock ticking toward 3 minutes. Nice feed from Hawkins to Snow, who gets fouled by Falconberry. So Zach Snow, who's averaging 11 a game.
Oh, they're giving, yeah. Snow just continues to pile them on, doesn't he?
You know, and that's the point I was bringing up with Coach Hawkins in the pregame. And I asked him specifically about Zach. About the last 2 weeks, he just seems like he's playing relaxed.
He sure is.
He'll take the shot. If you leave him open, he'll dagger you.
I think that Murfreesboro game where he hit that huge three
late
in the ball game that basically
iced
gave,
it.
I think that really turned the tide for Zach.
Gwaltney spins, leaves it for Hudson. His three is good for Jackson Hudson. That's 5 in the game for Jackson. 65-52 and a foul in the backcourt.
Hudson took a shot. He drew
right
the foul,
in the face.
Yeah. Didn't feel too good, I'm sure.
Is that his 4th?
Yep.
Took a shot to the chops. Colton Hawkins at the line. Colton tonight, 7 points. Doesn't hit there. I bet he's probably got 8 assists tonight.
He has several.
Hits the second free throw. 8 in the game now for Colton. Quickly into the front court. Herrin, Dan off, puts it up with the right hand. A blocking foul. The shot's going to count. Dante Wilson picks up the foul.
Braxton Dan, nice move in the lane. Got the shot to fall and drew the foul.
4 in the game for number 21. Johnny Miller goes out of the game. Dante Wilson goes out of the game. Max and Harper Lustenberger come into the game. So Dan at the free throw line. Nope, free throw wouldn't go, and stepping out of bounds on the rebound was J.J. Gwaltney. It's another turnover on the Tigers. Is that their first of the quarter?
I think so.
Carterville turns it over. McKnight got it. And it's going to be Carterville basketball. 2:38 on the clock here in the 4th quarter. Carterville gets it into Harper. Back to Hawkins, over to Max. And Zach Snow was begging for the ball. He was wide open. Nobody around him within 10 feet. And he gets fouled. So Zach now will go to the free throw line. The foul is going to be on Braxton Dan, his 2nd.
I'll give the Tigers some credit. They're down 20.
They cut back into
going into at the end of the 3rd quarter. They've got it down to 12, now 13, but they didn't quit fighting.
Zach Snow hits the first. 2nd is on the way. He's just so clutch.
Yeah, he's
every asset of his shooting game right now. Love seeing it. Carterville gets the steal. Hawkins whips it to, we got a foul away from the ball after the pass. That's going to be the fifth on Jackson Hudson.
Yeah.
And he fouls out here with 2:15 remaining in the fourth quarter. And so Colton Hawkins goes to the stripe. Hits the first one. It's 9 in the game. Colton, 74% shooter. Lions overall from the stripe, 67% shooters as a team from the line.
He reaches double figures.
Yep. 71-54. Braxton Dan on the right wing to Falkenberry. Pull up three for Jackson, no good. Rebound by Maddox Gully. Outlet to Snow, 2-on-1. Snow to the glass, can't finish. Adams is there, but does. Cleans it up, Amarion Adams. His first field goal of the game, and a blocking foul is going to be called on Amarion. It's going to be Herrin basketball. That's just the third team foul on the Lions.
Yeah, not a shooting foul, just a reach in.
So coming out of the game, Gwaltney finishes the night with 13 to lead. Let's see here, Falkenberry leading the Tigers. But inbound pass stolen by Gully to Johnny Miller, who winds up on his backside. He got hit harder than that in football. Harper Shoemaker picks up his second personal, so Johnny Miller has some free throws coming. And he misses the first. Don't forget, John is going to have the championship game tomorrow night from Benton, Rich Herrin Gymnasium. Pregame at 7:15. Tip-off set for 7:30.
Never easy beating those Rangers on their home floor.
No, it's not. And a foul on Johnny Miller. So, but it's a championship game opportunity for the Lions. Like you said, you don't get the opportunity to beat. Herrin's not easy to beat on their home floor, but that's the
Benton.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry,
right,
Benton.
okay.
I'm sorry.
But used to have a guy named Herrin that coached on that Benton.
Well,
floor.
I mean, he's got a recliner there that he can go. It's got his name on the back of it. You know, on the floor. How about that?
That's not bad.
The house that Rich built.
He sure did build a nice one there.
Shot no good. Adams gets the rebound. Minute 20 remaining. Miss coach.
He was a good dude.
He was a good dude.
If he liked you, he called you big guy.
Hey, big guy. Yep, you're right. Hawkins gets fouled. Braxton Dan picks up the personal. Third on Dan. So Colton goes to the free throw line now. Subs coming in for Sailor Shirts, who just
make that first one?
Yep.
Okay.
Sailor just rubbing his head. Here on the sideline, subs coming in. Braxton Dan comes out of the game. Here comes Falkenberry. So Hawkins here tonight with 11 and can't get the second free throw to go. 20-point lead for the Lions, 74-54, 60 seconds remaining. As Herrin has it in the front court. Top of the key. We'll talk to Coach Shane Hawkins on the post game. Jumper above the free throw line, air ball, and a timeout taken to get subs in. It's a sub timeout. So here comes Luke Greer. Here comes Will Brzezinski. Here comes Anson Anderson. Out goes Colton Hawkins, Johnny Miller, Amarion Adams. Into the game also, Jack Dodson. I'm missing somebody. 24, Carter Woods. So 37 seconds remaining. And a foul on Carterville here on the near side. It's going to be on Luke Greer. This Lions broadcast brought to you by Mayor Brad Robinson in the city of Carterville. Just use caution as you're driving around town. Still got some snow-packed streets, some ice. Don't forget about the construction areas in town, especially there on North Division Street behind the fire department. Mayor Brad Robinson in the city. Carterville say, let's go Lions. Free throw is good. Is that 30?
That's number 30, and that's, I think, one of the Williams kids. I'm trying to find, there he is. It looks like Trace Williams.
Trace Williams.
Yeah.
Didn't have him written down. 26 seconds remaining, Carterville. Greer into the paint, reverses out. Back to Greer, inside the three-point line, no good. With 12 seconds remaining, 74-55, Herrin backs it up. Now, they take it off the glass and good from Blake Alexander, and that's the final. 74-57, a convincing win here tonight for the Carterville Lions to take control of the Ohio division of the River to River Conference. They improved to 4-1 now in conference play. Herrin Tigers are 3-2 in conference play. Carterville picks up their 21st win on the season with 2 losses. The Herrin Tigers are now 14-8 on the season. Lions led it 37-24 at the half. They win it going away tonight 57-14 in the 4th home game of the season for Carterville. Stay with us. Post-game show is coming up next here on News Radio WJPF.
Back with people.
Conference play on top right now. And that was a big win again. So Carterville gets the sweep on the Herrin Tigers here on the season. Lions win it 74-54. Let's go through the scoring. We'll start first with the Herrin Tigers. Led tonight by Jackson Falkenberry, who finishes with 15 points on the night. Only other player in double digits for the Tigers was J.J. Gwaltney, who finishes with 13. 2 on the night for Tanner Hall, 8 from Jackson Wade. Jackson Hudson finishes with 5 on the night. He fouled out at the 2:15 mark of the fourth quarter. 4 from Braxton Dan, 5 from Isaiah Bearden. Blake Alexander finishes with 2, and Trace Williams picked up a free throw there toward the end of the game. 57 points scored by the Herrin Tigers, and that's over their season average on the year. Carterville, when you look at the scoring tonight, how about Zach Snow? Finishes with 23 on the night to lead all scorers. 18 from Maddox Gully, 13 from Harper Lustenberger, 11 from Colton Hawkins. And one of the things that Coach Shane Hawkins talked about in the pregame show was, I asked him about, we got 4 guys that score in double digits average. And when somebody has an off night, you got 4 other people there. Max Lustenberger goes scoreless tonight for the Lions. Doesn't have any points. Amarion Adams picks up 2. Johnny Miller with 2 points as well, 2 from Dante Wilson. The Lions, who average 64 points a game, score 74 here tonight, John.
Yeah, I mean, just another solid performance by the Lions, both offensively and defensively. Defensively, they helped force Herrin into just a horrendous turnover night. They had 13 in the first half and 7 more in the second half. That's 20 turnovers. That's not good this time of the year, especially. Offensively, 74 points on the board. You can't ask for much better than that.
No, you can't. Lions win it 74-57 to improve to 21-2 on the season. We're going to go on and take a break, and when we come back, we'll continue. Coach Shane Hawkins will make his way up here on our postgame show. Lions win it here over the Herrin Tigers. We'll be back here on News Radio WJPF.
Are you looking to enhance the beauty of your home or garden? Look no further than Clark Natural Stone, your go-to destination for rock, decor.
With you here on our post game. John, what are your thoughts as you think back to this game?
Well, I just think that the Lions jumped on Herrin early, 18-11, and just kept building. Never really had a bad lull. Herrin did temporarily cut a 20-point deficit down to 12 in the fourth quarter, but then it balloons back up to 17. It was 20 again for a little while. So Carterville never really went to sleep at all in the second half. They just continued to play. No, I can't find any flaws really with the performance tonight by Carterville. You can't. expect perfection out of anybody, and they were, you know, it was a good solid A for me, from what I could see.
Absolutely, I agree, and going to need another solid performance coming up tomorrow night when they take on the Benton Rangers.
Very much
in
so.
that championship game, and of course tomorrow night, John will have the call starting at 7:15. Tip-off is set for 7:30 from Rich Herrin Gymnasium. I just wanted to go through the schedule one more time. As you know, we're down to the final less than a third of the season left. So coming up on February 3rd, which is going to be on Tuesday night, Carterville is going to be at home to take on West Frankfort. Then on the 7th, Friday night, Lions will take on AJ here at home. On Monday the 9th, Lions are going to go to Chester. This is a makeup of that game that was snowed out earlier this week. And then on Tuesday night the 10th, be at Harrisburg. And then you look the final two games. Massac County comes to town on February 13th, and the 20th is going to be the final game of the season, with Murfreesboro coming here to Carterville High School. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games left in the regular season.
Yeah, it's whittling down pretty quick, you know, and I'm just curious to see just how much better they can play.
Coach Shane Hawkins joins us here on our post-game show. Post-game show is brought to you by John A. Logan College. Charge into your future. And you can visit jalc.edu for more information. Solid performance from your team tonight. Very well done.
I thought it was okay.
In my opinion.
I thought it was okay. Our guys would rather take your opinion than mine right now, but that's all right. You know, here's what we do.
You want me to go talk to him right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
We got to win. Got to win at home in front of a really good crowd. We stayed at the top of the conference standings, where we're in control of our own destiny. I thought we left a lot out there. I really did. I thought we were not very good in transition. We scored some, but we had some 3-on-2s and 2-on-1s that we botched, and that can't happen. Those have to be baskets. We were okay. Coach Basso may not even say okay defensively. Didn't get the shooters. We got the shooters with hands down, and they raise up and shoot shots over us. Some of it was scouting report. First half, we leave a shooter in the corner to go guard a non-shooter. They make the one more pass to the corner and bury a three. Those mistakes can't happen. And we're 23 games in. And if we're looking, you know, what the next 6 weeks has in store, those are the mistakes that we can't make. So, yeah, it's a good win. We were in control for most of it. But we got to be able to play with that lead. I think it got us like 23 or 24. You got to end it, and we talked about it last week. We got to be able to end that game. And we had a bad possession to start the quarter, and we didn't really ever kind of recover. We just kind of went through the motions. We were here, but like we talked to our guys, are you participating or are you competing? I thought we competed for 3 quarters. I thought the fourth quarter we just kind of participated.
I get it.
And when you participate against really good teams, you get your butt kicked. So, yeah, win. We're going to take it. We're not going to give it back. But there's a lot of things that we gotta fix too.
And this win does put you in control of the league. You know, it's yours to lose, yours to win. You know, you guys are in control of this right now, and even though you're citing imperfections, which you clearly you can easily find, but you also averaged 18.5 points a quarter. So offensively, 74 points on the board. You look at the turnovers. Some of those you forced, and some of those were unforced turnovers that Herrin had. But defensively, you played fairly well too.
Yeah, and we scored 74, and like I told, we may have left 10 or 12 or 15 on the floor.
Yeah.
And again, I told him, I'm not going to let him be satisfied with where we're at. Because there's always something else out there. And so when you get into February and March, your season ends when you go leave 8 or 10 or 12 points on the floor. Your season ends when you make wrong reads off scouting report and don't get the shooters, and you go guard non-shooters, or you don't sit down and guard the dribble, or we have to help, which leads somebody free reign run to go get an offensive rebound. So that's where we're at. That's where I'm at. That's where our staff's at. Yes, great win, but we got to start closing on that gap to what we leave out there on the floor. And I didn't think we finished at the rim. We got to the rim a lot in the first half. I thought we did a really good job of offensive rebounding, and we got second and third tips, but we didn't finish. Yep. Those are points we left out there on the floor that we've got to be able to capitalize on.
Absolutely. And Coach, let's talk about the positives here tonight. Another outstanding game from Zach Snow. He just is lighting it up right now. You get in that zone, and man, it doesn't look like a basketball rim. It looks like a peach basket, and it's really big. And he's feeling good about it. The part that I like about it is our other guys know he's shooting it well. They keep finding him. Yeah, we keep. And there were several times he was wide open, either underneath the bucket and asking for the ball, and just couldn't get it to him.
Right. Yeah. And that's going to happen with everybody in every game.
Yeah.
You're always going to be open and not get it. but like what we tell our guys is, all right, you got open and you didn't get it. Go get open the next time.
Yep.
Right? Find the hole. Find a way to go get open again. It always balances out.
Yep.
I mean, this game will humble you, but it'll also reward you. And I thought our guys did a really good job of finding him when he was open and had his feet set, and good for him because he was making shots.
You had Maddox that finished with 18. Harper got 13. And Colton winds up with 11. And Max Lustenberger tonight, he's not even needed offensively. He winds up with just playing where he's needed.
Yeah, and he didn't play bad.
No.
And that's, we talked about in the pregame. We have 4 guys averaging double figures and another one averaging 8. Some night it's your night.
Yep.
And maybe it's going to be somebody else's night tomorrow night.
Yep.
And as long as, what we tell our guys is, did you warrant us putting you on the floor? I mean, you don't have to score. Some nights it's going to be right. But you can defend, and you can go rebound. And you can pass it to the guy who's making shots. So you have value. It's not always in the PTS category on the scoreboard that everybody wants to look at.
You get to check off. You took care of business here at home tonight. Another big mark on check box right there waiting for you tomorrow night. Championship of the BIT. Benton's a tough team to beat at home. Every time they're at home.
They're really good. They're different than what they were last year.
Yes.
Or the last 2 years. But it's an expectation because of the tradition they have, how hard they're going to play. They're going to play hard. They're going to defend. They're going to make the right play. So it's a great game for us to go challenge ourselves. It's going to be a championship-level game. It's a championship game, and we're playing a championship-level opponent. Those are the games that you look forward to as you get into February and March. That's a regional championship game. That's a sectional type opponent. So we'll enjoy this one until 11 o'clock in the morning, and we'll come back and we'll start our preparation for the Rangers, and we'll show up tomorrow night at 7:30 and see what we got.
Congrats on 21 wins, Coach, and that was a big one tonight.
We'll take it. Thank you.
Coach Shane Hawkins joining us here on our post-game show. Lions, again, back in action coming up tomorrow night. 7:15 pregame show. 7:30 will be the tip-off from Rich Herrin Gymnasium. And, John, I'll give you the the final word here tonight. You always get the last word anyway.
I don't know about that, but I'm certainly impressed with Carterville's, I think, consistency. When you're 21-2 and you've only played 4 games at home, I'm sorry. To me, that's impressive. You know, and yes, there's always room for improvement, but the Lions are playing certainly well enough to beat most teams in Southern Illinois. I think that they still can be better, just like Coach Hawkins says, but every team can be better.
Yeah.
You know, and you just can't play flawless basketball. I mean, that's the goal, but it's not likely to happen. So if the Lions continue to play like this, and if they play hard like this tomorrow night, they'll have an excellent chance to beat Benton on their home floor. They are, even by what Coach Ron Weimiller said for Benton to me last week, he said, Carterville and Nashville are the 2 best teams in 2A down here in the South, without a doubt. He said, we hope that we can give them a game and maybe find a way to beat them, but he said that they're clearly the favorite. And he's right. Just based on how both teams have played this year, Carterville and Nashville are the best teams in Southern Illinois in Class 2A.
Both teams are ranked.
And they should be.
Yep, absolutely. John's going to have the call coming up tomorrow night, 7:15, here on News Radio WJPF. I'm going to be on a different game coming up tomorrow night, but 7:30 will be the tip-off from Rich Herrin Gymnasium. Lions win it tonight, 74-57 over the Herrin Tigers, and take control of the Ohio side of the River to River Conference. For Brian R. Powell back at the studio, from a broadcast partner, John Homan, I'm Dave McKenzie. Thank you for tuning in to Lions basketball here on News Radio WJPF. God bless everybody. Have a great night.
This has been a broadcast of Carterville Lions football. This
all right,
broadcast
guys.
has been brought
Good
to you in part
job.
by Polar
Talk
Whip,
to you
the
next
Bank
week.
Of Herrin,
Okay, thanks.
Heather's Bake Shop, the City of Carterville, Ward Chrysler, and Banter.
I know.